All hands on deck. Again, all hands on deck. We have an issue going on right now. It happened while I was sleeping. I woke up, found out that there's a situation where it's people are getting this scary alert from MetaMask. And so I'm here to tell you that first of all, today I'm going to show you how to make your payments in this video. There's a way to work around that scary alert. And I'm also here to assure you that we are going to be programming over the next, less than a week. We'll have something in place that will eliminate the scary alert altogether. We have a plan, and we just need less than a week to get it programmed and implemented and put in place, so that that's not an ongoing concern for anyone. But in the meantime, we all that are been making payments every day, we still got to make our payments every day. So I have invited the programmer to join me on this Zoom call. Say hello, programmer.
Hello, hello.
All right, there we go. All
Mhm.
right, so I'm going to share my screen and show you guys how to make your payments anyway, okay? And I say all hands on deck because it's going to be very, very important that uh everyone um make sure that they know, every member of their team knows how to make payments and that they get, this video to help them out, okay? Because regardless if you're on a desktop like me or you are on a mobile phone. I'm going to be demonstrating the desktop, but there's been plenty of people, showing similar processes by using, the phone. If you're part of our Telegram group, you're getting early alerts. But we have an executive team that's available 24/7, right? And they post their, when they're working, their shift work is posted in that Telegram group. Anybody having any trouble can get on a Zoom call with any one of the people on our executive team and say, "Hey, I need help getting around this." But hopefully, this video will be enough for you to do that. Okay, so you won't need that. But also sponsors and everyone should figure out how to do this workaround and make sure they teach everyone on their team as quickly as possible how to do this workaround. Okay. So let's see. I want to jump into Chrome. Here's the scary alert. It's pretty scary, actually. It's coming from MetaMask. Okay, so this is what happens when you try to log into our website. You're gonna get something like this. So, okay, what do I do when I see a scary alert, programmer?
Well, you have just to
Proceed anyway.
correct. You have to click proceed anyway, and the system will work just fine as it is.
Well, that was easy, huh? Right? I mean, this is not very technical, so everything seems to be working here. I got the account page. I can go back to the home page. So that's easy. One click and I'm in. On a phone, it might be a couple of clicks. I don't know. Okay. I got to make my payment, so I'm going to demonstrate that it can be done. All right. So I'm connected to my wallet here. Right. So we are connected properly, no problem. Right. It's all, so I'm just going to click pay now and then confirm. That's a $100 payment and submitted. Wait for it. So very important that you wait. Don't be fast on jumping. Okay. This is taking a little bit longer than normal. Could be because of the alert. I don't know. Nope. It just took a little longer, but it did complete the transaction. I'm going to close the extension. All right. I still get this payment process. You never want to close this button. You never want to close this window here, right here until you get confirmation, like I did, that the transaction was complete. So I'm going to click on the X there, right? And then I can see that the $100 payment was just now made. Okay, today is the 17th. All right, let's go to the next one. I'm gonna go down to the $10. I'm gonna click pay now. Okay, it says wait while another user is getting verified. So I just click close, click pay now. Sometimes you got to do this a couple of times because it takes a few seconds, right? For the, because it does one at a time here, right? So that's how you deal with that. And then confirm $10. Everything's fine. It's been submitted. I'm going to wait for it to confirm, and we're going to wait. It's actually taking a few more seconds than it normally does, which is, um, the fact is that it works by just by being patient. Close again. I can close this now because I did wait for the confirmation, and the pen and wait for this to show up here. You always wait for the data to show up. If you got a slow connection, this data might take a little bit longer to show up. Always wait so you can confirm, yeah, my payment was made and went to the right place. My sponsors will guarantee you guys. Your guys has got different sponsors, but if you ever see that the payment went to the guarantee, then contact either myself or one of our executive team in order to get a refund. We'll work that out. All right, now go to the $1 pool, submit, okay, and click pay now. So this is, maybe it cost me an extra minute of my time, right? As far as I can tell, the experience is pretty close to the same thing, other than, something really kind of scary looking showing up at first. But again, after we get done with the programming, less than a week, nothing scary will show up, guys. We have a solution on making this work, all planned out. It just takes time to code. So, always be patient, just wait for it to say completed. Okay. All right. Still super simple. I've got the programmer on here and I didn't really need them. It looks like this was pretty straightforward so far, right? Okay, okay, here we go. The transaction was canceled. Maybe it took too long at a time, so I'm going to close the extension. Let's see what happened. Okay. Undefined. Please make sure you have enough USDT. Okay, so let's first of all, I want to check and see if I've got enough coin. I want to make sure I get enough token here. So I've got enough BNB, right? And I do have enough USDT to make a $1 payment, so that's not the issue, right? So I'm going to click close on this. I don't know. I think what I should do is just refresh the page. What do you recommend, programmer?
Yes, refresh, then
So I'm
maybe
I'm on a desktop, so I'm going to refresh
fine.
and let's take a look and see what happens. So it goes to the $100 pool first. There's no pay button, so that I'll just check the $10 as well. No pay button because we completed those. We're having trouble on that $1. So I'm gonna go down to the $1, submit. I still have a pay now button, but I'm curious if transaction did go through or not. Okay, I'll check that after I try again. Pay now. Wait for another user. Close. Pay now. Okay, still gotta wait. Again, one at a time here. All right, so that's normal going through. $1, confirm. Okay, so it's been submitted. Now we wait. Now it says complete. I'm going to close extension. Okay. Okay, now I can close this. And yes, the payment did go through. Yep, payment did go through for the $1, no problem. But I want to check the blockchain now. So I'm going to go here. It said it failed, right? But let's see let's see what happened actually. We'll go to the blockchain. View on blockchain. Actually, yeah, let's do that. Okay. So I can see that this transaction succeeded going through for $1. Okay. But I want to check my wallet. So I'm going to click on I'm going to click on my wallet and showing transactions and see it took $2 out, right? So in this particular case, while MetaMask said it failed, it didn't actually fail, but it did make it so it wasn't writing to our what do you call it, to our website. So in that case, you need to go to your sponsor. In this case, the sponsor is the guarantee wallet, but you would get that dollar back or the 10 or the 100, whatever. You need to get it back from your sponsors, saying, hey, refund that back to me. It went to you, right? So the payment went to you, but I double paid you because the system got hung up. Probably because it took too long. These things do time out. Wouldn't you suspect that's the reason, program, or is there something else going on there?
Maybe you can check on the transaction hash if you can click on right, right. Let's see if
Well,
that sucks.
so it says
Yeah,
success, but see, we watched it in real time. It said failed, but then it
yeah,
pushed the $1 through anyway, didn't it?
yeah.
You know,
Correct. But in the MetaMask, it shows failed.
it does.
Yeah.
But the fact is, it was a double payment, and a double payment went to the sponsor in this case. So anytime that
Mm,
happens, you contact the sponsor and say, "Hey, I need you to refund me back because it didn't register on my side that I got credit for." Because you should get corresponding coins with every time you do this, right? And so you only get one chance to do this per day, and so you're not going to see a double entry here. But you see that there is a double entry here. There is a double entry. Two $1 payments did go through to the sponsor. In this case, the guarantee, right? But in your case, it'll be whoever your sponsor is. And that means you got to go back to your sponsor to say, hey, I ran into that glitch. The system made me pay you twice. I only got credit for it once. I'd like you to refund me back. And then it's up to the sponsor to go ahead and refund you back. And I'm sure they'll be willing to do that. This doesn't happen very often. We have like 5,000 transactions happening every single day, guys. And we're going to be even doing even more than that. So just realize that this doesn't happen all the time. Okay. All right. So I think that's good. Stop sharing here. So don't get alarmed. Realize that the one constant thing you can expect in life is change. And this is just another one of those situations where we will adapt, we will change, we'll make the code in such a way that we don't have to deal with that alert anymore. We have a way of doing that. um, and it's like we got a lot of coding priorities, and this just hit the top of the list. It was already on our list of things to do, but it went from the middle of the list up right into the very top of the list of things we're going to do anyway. But now this kind of forces us to kind of upgrade certain things and put them in place now, right? So, but it takes time, right? Give us it won't take more than a week, right, programmer, to get this done, so that
right.
that
It
scary alert
is.
will go away.
Right, is. Right.
Okay. All right, so we appreciate all of your cooperation in the process, and make sure that you support your teams, you support everyone. And this is not really a big deal in the sense that, hey, we can still get our payments done. This is not impeding us from getting our payments done. We have an extra 4 hours every day because it's a 28-hour window, right? We all have an extra 4 hours to deal with stuff that comes up like this. So this is a non-issue. We just have to have a willingness to work with whatever the situation might be. So thank you for listening, and I'm going to go ahead and end the call now. So